My favorite professor made me want to come to class.
My favorite professor is really engaging.
My favorite professor was an educator and a friend.
My favorite professor challenged me to think outside the box.
The Duke Annual Fund provides the funds necessary to support our favorite professors. Well, I've been lucky enough to come into contact with one my freshman year, a professor, mentor, and friend who's utterly shaped my Duke experience.
Professor Dancy was an NBC News correspondent who saw Duke's need for a journalism course that reached beyond the realm of print. It was the quality of Duke students that made his job truly worthwhile.
Very, very bright students here at Duke, and it's just fun to be with them. It's fun to see the way their minds work.
While I was interested in film, I didn't have the chance to explore the subject until taking his television course during my freshman year. Senior Katie Banks aspires to one day be a national news correspondent. She was in the same class, and like me, she found his teaching methods challenging in the best way possible.
He challenged me on every level, from intellectually thinking about the world and what news is actually important, to thinking about how you would frame a story.
Sophomore year, Professor Dancy presented me with an interesting proposition. He asked me to help him create a documentary for the Durham Nativity School, a tuition-free middle school for underprivileged youth. The school now uses the video in its grant proposals.
It turned out very well. I think they've used it for a lot of fundraising.
With this, I saw for the first time how I could use journalism to be a catalyst for change. Although Professor Dancy had retired, our relationship was far from over.
Every student that I've ever had still has my email address. I haven't changed it on purpose because I want to keep in touch with the students.
He was one of those teachers who really cared about his students, and he's a great mentor that I'm really lucky to have.
Over my junior year, we've kept in touch, and his encouragement inspired me to seek new journalistic opportunities. I've created orientation videos for the Duke International House. I report courtside from Cameron Indoor Stadium, and while studying abroad in Florence, Italy, I even created news segments for a college broadcasting website. Last summer, I interned with the Fox documentary unit, with the support of a stipend provided by Duke. One day, I hope to make a similar impact through my work as a broadcast journalist.
Well, I think the thing that was most rewarding was to see some of my students go on and go into the television business. Because when I began to teach, I thought, well, here's a way for me to influence the future of television long after I'm no longer teaching and no longer active in it. And I'm very proud of all of my students.
As I look back on the past 3 years, I truly appreciate the opportunities that Duke has afforded me. And of course, I have Professor Dancy and the Duke Annual Fund to thank for that. So thank you.